What is up, you horror nerds? It's me, your host once again, Jeremiah Duncan. Welcome back to the channel. Today's review I got for you is a late 80s film. So let's talk about it. I'm talking about the 1988 release of The Lair of the White Worm. Now, this film runs for about 93 minutes, is rated R, and if you haven't heard of it, let's talk about it because you probably want to know. Hugh Grant, Amanda Donohoe, and Catherine Oxenberg star in this mix of heart-stopping horror and campy humor. James D'Ampton, Grant, returns to his country castle in England. Legend has it that James' distant ancestors once slayed the local dragon, a monstrous white worm with a fondness for sweet flesh of virgins. The young lord dismisses the legend as folklore until archaeology student Angus Flint unearths a massive reptilian skull and the ancient worship site of a pagan snake god on James' property. When James' virtuous girlfriend, Eve, played by Oxenberg, suddenly disappears, he and Angus set out to investigate the foreboding cavern, said to be the worm's lair, where a centuries-old mystery begins to uncoil. So, pretty neat little film, to be honest. It was directed and written by Ken Russell, who, of course, notable genre work, did Gothic, Altered States, The Devils. Also, this was written and based on a novel by Bram Stoker, who, of course, is most well known for Dracula. Amanda Donohoe does great, iconic performance in this as Lady Sylvia. And Hugh Grant, of course, this is pre-rom-com fame, does wonderful in it as well. And Peter Capaldi, who was later on ended up being a Doctor Who. So, I mean, pretty strong cast, pretty great film, honestly. Some of the highlights are it's like a wild mix of folk horror, campiness, as well as some surreal imagery. Amanda Donohoe's performance is completely unhinged and very memorable, so that's pretty enjoyable to watch. And it embraces eroticism, that is for sure, absurdity, as well as mythology without restraint. I mean, this thing has got it all over the place. Now, some of the things that, kind of the lowlights of this film, of course, the tone swings between serious horror and humor, parody multiple times, and that kind of throws you off a little bit. It's also the effects and the creature didn't date very well. It's very divisive and just didn't age, Of course, then they didn't have the CGI that we got now, but it didn't age well. Also, it's definitely not subtle. You can feel, it feels ridiculous. You can feel that. And if you're not on its wavelength, you will not get it. And you'll be like, what am I watching? Now, it is loosely adapted, like I said, from a Bram Stoker novel, but it is heavily reinterpreted. So purists of that will not enjoy this. Also, Ken Russell leaned into the campiness of it intentionally. And you can tell after darker films, from his earlier career. Also, it's often labeled as a so bad it's good type film, which I would agree with because it is worth the watch. It's enjoyable. But many fans kind of argue that it's deliberately outrageous, kind of over the top. And it's kind of become a cult classic. So I think you really should check it out. It's strange. It's horny. It's chaotic. It's just a great late 80s British film that just fully commits to its madness. And if you like some of the folk horror vibes and the oddities, then this one definitely delivers. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. The Lair of the White Worm. If you've seen it, comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like, subscribe, hit the death bell for notifications. I got more coming to you. Stick around.
You say you don't need me now, but I'm trying